Now, here's a question for you. How do you feel about your life purpose? Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? Do you know, I've spent quite a lot of time thinking about it because I do genuinely believe that purpose is a fundamental principle of living a longer, happier and healthier life. But knowing how to find our purpose, well, that can take some doing. So here's my take on it. It's actually something that I've given quite a bit of thought to because I wrote a whole section on this in my book, A Better Second Half, asking questions such as, why are we here? What's the point? Is the world a better place for us being in it? What will our legacy be? And, who would miss us if we were just gone tomorrow? And I believe that these questions are the daily drivers that determine, actually, our future happiness. And it's an ongoing journey for me, as I imagine it is for everyone. We change as we age, and our goals and our likes, our dislikes, our passions, etc. All these things, they shift with time. But one book that really changed my thinking around this was by a lady called Bronnie Ware. She's a palliative care nurse who spent many years looking after those who are dying. And then she actually captured some of the deathbed insights and consolidated these into a brilliant book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And I highly recommend it. I read it and it certainly made me pause and reflect on my own work and I guess my life's purpose. Well, according to Bronnie, the most common regret was, I wish I'd lived a life true to myself and not what other people expected of me. Yeah, well, I can definitely relate to that. Especially I was growing up, I was probably expected to follow the more usual path of, housewife, mother. And although I was kind of both those things, certainly a mother, I felt an unease that I wasn't kind of ticking that stereotypical box, particularly of banker's wife at the time. And that made me worry more, perhaps more than I should have done, feeling guilty even for loving my job and going out to work. And the second one actually that Bonnie writes about was, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. And yeah, I can definitely relate to that too. Although I love my work, there have been times when I've probably prioritised it too highly, above other things. I probably shortchanged my own family, certainly my own self-care in the process of working. So I do now try and bring a better balance to the way that I work now for sure. So the third one that she talks about was, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. And finally, perhaps most heartbreakingly, I wish I'd allowed myself to be happier. Now that's a really tough one, isn't it? I think especially for those of us who are of an older generation. So I'm in my 60s and self-care was always seen, as a bit selfish when I was growing up, and putting our own personal happiness on the list of things to prioritise was never even suggested as an option, looking back. And it's something now that I ask my children all the time. Tell me if you're happy. If not, what can we do about it? And I think it's something that we should ask ourselves too, actually, both for our own mental wellness, as well as a sense of purposeful satisfaction and enjoyment of our life. What we're here for. So when it comes to finding my own purpose, the thing that I have found most helpful is to sit and have a think about what brings me the most joy and then work out how I can incorporate that into an action of giving back to others. They say that it's greater to give than to receive. And I do think that there is a lot of truth in that. Knowing that you have a purpose for being here, it's just such an important part of our own self-esteem, our sense of achievement, our fulfillment, and ultimately happiness, I guess. And, happiness is affirming, it's wellness. And my own purpose right now, well, I think it's to share what I've learned with others, hopefully in a trusted and unbiased and a truthful way, free from any undue outside influence, simply with the goal to try and make life a little bit better, a bit easier, a bit healthier, especially for midlife and older women like me, Women who too often in the past have got a bit of a raw deal, I think, in life overall. And I think this sense of purpose for me is probably pretty much set now, although who knows, maybe it will change over the years. I think it's something we perhaps need to reevaluate every so often. And then why do I care so much about this? Well, the research shows that for those who do have a purpose, a reason to get out of bed in the morning, they actually live longer. So far more than just a philosophical question, it could actually boost our longevity. And that I am all for, as you know. Well, I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. Let's have a conversation. What's your purpose? Are you still searching for it? Let me know in the comments. We can help one another along here. Perhaps your comment will inspire somebody to reconsider what they're actually doing with their life, to stop for a moment and think about the bigger picture. Anyway, I guess it's a bit of a philosophical one, this one, but I do think it's important. Let's stop and have a think for a moment. And as ever, please do like and subscribe to help support our channel. It really does make a difference, actually. It gets us out there. Hopefully it makes a difference to the lives of others as well. Well, until the next time I catch you here, go really well. Bye.